All right. By the way, I think whoever updated the channel tagline deserves inspiration.
Oh, that was me.
Go ahead and take an inspiration for that.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice.
Haggling for our lives with the hag. So yeah, it's about 3 a.m. in the morning, and all of you guys jolt awake simultaneously. Night sweats, and you're kind of looking around at each other. That is where we will pick back up. You guys can choose to discuss what you just went through, or brush it off and lay back down.
I'm probably gonna look over at Vraak and be like, I just had the word to stream, I just beat up an old lady.
I died twice and saw God.
I was concentrating on a spell when that whole thing ended. Is that like Fey Spirit I created still about?
I'm gonna say yes. The satyr is there.
So, yeah. I'm gonna move it to Timber's space and give him 10 more hit points.
Yeah.
And then that'll be the end of that spell. But
This is
Mordella
total
mentions
Freddy
that.
Krueger style. You guys woke up with some bruises and some wounds.
And then she's gonna, point that out, that I was still concentrating on my spell somehow. How could I be concentrating on a spell when I'm sleeping?
Yeah, and Timber jolts awake and just, like that was a weird ass dream. I was dead and then I was invisible and then I was healed by a satyr and then the satyr just walks up to him and heals him again and he's like, the fuck.
Yeah. So you can't say that you rest very peacefully through the night, but you guys do end up getting your rest. And you all can take a long rest and mark it down on your character
Yay!
sheets.
So I was gonna say I thought we went through a long rest because I was at 7 for the dream. So that's why I thought we were good. So yeah, I would have been out if you would have hit me like once.
Yeah, well, I could see why you would think that since I said you guys woke up and definitely I am going to mark that I need to be more clear in case you face another night hag.
We don't need to do that again. It's
Yeah, that's not necessary. I learned I learned my
Yeah,
lessons.
no, we learned plenty from that encounter, and I think it's time for us to move on with our lives.
Lots of introspection and whatnot. So the
Tim-
next
Timber's there like, yeah, I kind of get why people don't trust Faye now.
It's weird, yeah, it's crazy, but
Stereotypes exist for a reason. That's
crap. That is not the lesson I wanted you to pull from this. Yeah, so you guys all benefit from a long rest. You wake up in the morning. Probably a bit uncomfortable with the happenings through the night. But awake nonetheless and back on the road. Get back to my map here.
All right. I want to do something, but I want to make sure I can do it first.
Yep.
While we're on the move.
Anything that's a once per day kind of deal that anybody wants to handle or anything like that, let's.
Mine takes an hour.
Okay. You can take an hour in the morning and
ritual.
everybody's kind of doing their morning routines and eating their breakfast and kind of cleaning up the camp area.
Mordella pulls out this light blue looking decanter, and she starts pouring water out of it into a cup, and she offers anybody else want some clean water.
Sure,
I
I'll
will
take
take
some.
some clean water. And then I'm going to use my channel divinity. So for an hour, Vrax's just going to be working. Nobody quite knows what the hell's going on until she's done because it's half magic. How much? Shit, how much cash do we have? I've got enough for this. I'm going to make a Warhammer. Nothing fancy. I just need that extra increase in damage. She's very upset that she wasn't able to hold her own until the very fucking end. So let's change that.
Okay, so Vraak gathers up some wood, and the fire begins getting hotter than you guys expect as it's magically aided. And Vraak pulls out smithing tools as long as you have them.
Yep.
Begins to
Carry 'em with me everywhere.
smith right there in the middle of the woods.
Okay. The only reason I have enough money for this, I've got 5 gold. A Warhammer costs 15, my mace costs 10. So I'm gonna use the value of the mace and my 5 gold to make a I don't want it to be gaudy, but I do want it to be gold from the gold itself, because part of it has to be metal.
Mm-hmm.
I would like a rune on each side of the hammerhead, where with the first letter of Izmir's name in Dwarven runes on the front, just as a small thank you.
All right. Yeah.
So,
You spend an hour. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, while he was doing that, since Mordella offered the water, I would walk over and just be like, "Thanks for the water. I have a tankard that offers ale," and I say the magic word of Ilafarn and offer her some beer. Like, it's not water, but that's all I got.
She takes the cup or mug, whatever she's handed of it, and she sniffs the ale and she's like, I really don't drink this stuff, but at least be polite. And she takes a sip of it, and as she puts it down, she tries to stifle her frown and she's like, it tastes great, but I don't drink. And she sets it down.
That's cool. No worries. I finish it for her.
You don't start your day with a beer?
She,
Timber kind of sits down.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Timber.
I was going to switch to something else. So if you were still going on that, Nick, please do.
I was just gonna comment that she doesn't really drink or like do drugs or anything. She the spirits get her fucked up enough. The other spirits.
So
1
Timber
second.
kind of sits.
No, go ahead, because mine was a question.
Oh, okay. All right. So Timber kind of sits down and he's watching Vraak kind of work. Not really watching the smithing process, just kind of watching the aura around, kind of studying the magic that's happening here. And just kind of stops and goes, "Are you a cleric?"
Technically, yes. I have been reluctantly accepted, but yes, I am, as was my father.
Very interesting to see the way the magic it it comes externally, and And it's very fascinating, and it just kind of takes out the spell book and starts making some notes and stuff. I'm not trying to be rude, by the way. If I'm bothering you, please let me know, and I will stop.
I'm used to people coming in and out of the smithy to see a half work magic. It's I'm no stranger to it. Izmir favors those who favor hard work. So thank you for just watching, taking notes. It makes me feel, I don't know, not like a beast. It makes me feel like an actual person.
Mordella, as you're starting to roll up your bedroll and prepare for this trip, you find near your pillow a smooth black onyx rock. Near your bed.
Is it like similar to the blade that she has? Like not the shape of it, but like similar.
It's
rock?
not shiny like a obsidian. It almost looks like a river stone, but it's slightly heart-shaped. And you don't remember
She's
seeing
going
that there
to
as you set up.
she's gonna pick it up and pocket it. And I want to give everybody else a chance to role play, but she has something she wants to do with Winter and Timber in a little bit.
Yeah.
Winter so far has spent this entire morning pacing around and trying to like figure out ways to make sure the dream thing happens. She can figure it out quicker. So she's like trying to figure out like how realistic it was. So like if she carved something into her bedroll, would it transfer over to this dreamscape? And she's making some really weird like things out of context because half the words she says are just randomly in the middle of the sentence. Like it's not a full sentence. Like she is not aware that she is speaking any of this out loud. So it sounds slightly deranged. And it's not helping that she's studying and trying to memorize everyone's like facial features to see like if they shifted during the dream and like yeah, she's full on gone like crazy over this.
I've awoken a paranoia. I love it.
I'm gonna see that Winter's kind of uneasy and like, hey, Winter, do you know how to use that dagger?
Pointy end goes in the flesh, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Do you want some like tips?
Sure.
I'd say like I try to not really take them off to the side, but like just enough that we're kind of out of the way of people and just kind of using and my soldier experience, like, you know, trying to have them like, I don't know, switch their grip on it or something like that that tries to help them a little bit and have them focus on that instead of the paranoia that she's got going on right now.
You get the feeling, Ildain, that with some time, Winter's very teachable. And this is my way of explaining the game mechanic that when downtime comes, if you guys were to spend some significant time practicing, there are some benefits that could be gained from sparring and training. Just notes for the future.
Nice, because I have forge experience, but my parents, you know, let me go off to be an adventurer, so I think they probably would have rather had Vraak stay and work in the forge than their own daughter. So that's why I was like, yay, go off adventuring. So I'm very good at fighting, but that's about all I can bring to this equation.
Yeah, with time during downtime actions, enough time spent, you can gain proficiency in weapons and that kind of stuff, and you get the idea that Winter's teachable, and that with more time she could probably benefit from your tutelage.
Always.
As a dagger user, I normally use heavier weapons. Winter, are you a thrower or a stabby person?
Throwing this was the
Let's
The
stick with the
bard?
stabby
Yes.
part. Let's just stick with the pointy end, go in flesh, stabby stab. But give me a couple of days and I can work something up for you.
That would be wonderful. Using my words while it causes damage usually gets rocks thrown at my face. Something we're using.
Big
Vraak,
ones.
just for background, is doing this for a thanks for the healing. And Mordella, I'm going to work something up for you. I just don't know what.
It's okay. It'll come in time.
All right, Mordella, you said there was something that you wanted to do.
Okay, yes. So Mordella, while Vraak is still, foraging and whatever, Mordella is going to seek out Winter, of course, and also seek out Timber and say, I want to show you both something. But first, Timber, she hands you this rock that she just found, and she goes, "You're a wizard. Tell me what this is." And you'll gain enough trust for me to show you something that you really want to know about.
I cast Identify on the rock.
That is a heartstone. That is once per day. It allows a person to enter the ethereal plane as if they cast the blink spell. It costs
this is quite-
attunement. So it does take up an attunement slot.
This is quite fascinating magic. It appears that someone was able to basically capture a blink spell in this rock. I hand it back to her, and it is quite powerful. You could jump into the ethereal plane and back if you so desired with this. It would take some time to get used to it, but I think you could quite easily accomplish that.
She just grasps it in her hand like this and smiles and says, "Thank you, wizard." Drops it back into her pouch. And she says, "Now, do you want to see something extraordinary?"
Like, oh, that's quite, yes, please.
Yeah, she says it seductively and everything, leans in really close to his face.
You gotta lean down pretty far, but he flaps his wings a little bit, and he comes up the, he knows the you go 90, I go 10 rule, so he goes, yeah.
Winter's just over here watching this like seduction or whatever happen and is just laughing her like butt off. Like she is just laughing at how flustered this tiny little fairy's getting and like how bent over Mordella has to be to like get in that close. Like she finds this entire thing so hilarious that the nerves and paranoia that hadn't been taken away by the whole blade workshop is like completely gone just by the absurdity of the situation.
She leads them to a clearing a bit away from the party, but not so far that you can't still hear the steady sound of Vraak's forge. And she begins drawing a circle on the ground. She pours some salt out. She begins making a pentagram with it and lighting some candles. And then she starts doing this 10-minute ritual in which she attempts to bind a spirit of valor to her. And I sent you the description of it, Frankie. Should I get that? I'm going to try to bind this with just a level 1 slot.
Okay, same chances before. So anything above 5%.
Are you doing this while I'm working?
I am, and I'm trying to do it away from you. And if Ildain tries to come with, I am going to tell Ildain she is not welcome, even if it has to be rude. This is for Timber and Winter only.
Oh no, I'm just
I'm
sitting
gonna go dance in the
watching
naked
with my
moonlight.
beer.
But yeah, 79.
Yep, you got it.
So as she's doing this ritual and stuff, Timber, maybe at some point it is fascinating and interesting, but it's kind of taking a while. It takes like 10 minutes. And nothing happens for a long time, but finally right near the end, you see a spirit form above her head, form straight out of the ethereal realm into our plane. And you see this spirit just kind of like float down and inhabit Mordella. And then the ritual ends and all the candles go out at once. And she just stands up and turns around. And she
It's
says it's
incredible.
done.
This is incredible. This is, I mean, I mean, it's obviously not the reason I was hoping you were leading me into the woods, but still, it is quite fascinating. And you know, he's got the spell book out, and he's got a pen, a magic pen, quill pops into his hand, and he's kind of taking notes. Like he picks up a leaf and starts taking notes on it. It's like you can see him leaning forward, trying to like get the exact drawing correct on the pentagram. It's like, this is fascinating magic. I think if we were to study this type of magic, we could possibly unlock things that you know are not necessarily taught at the wizarding school. I think this is very interesting.
Do you wish to unlock things together, Timber? Is that what you want our companionship to be?
I just, you know, it's uh, as quite a forward question, but yeah, you know,
I think you and I might have the same goals in mind. Let us work together and not separately, if you catch my drift.
I catch your drift quite well, and it's, you know, I I tend to be a good person to have on your side, and my height is quite convenient for most women, and I think I think we can work together to a certain extent.
Let us just remember to work together towards our goals. And she
Right.
smiles really brightly at him. And to Winter, you know, she just kind of says, "This is who I am. So I trust you, and I want you to know this about me."
Yeah, Winter watches what happens between Mordella and Timber, and the fact that this spirit had actually like inhabited Mordella's body, like even though she can't see, she notices the fact that it hasn't left. So her immediate thought is like, are you okay? Does the spirit hurt you? Do you like? She immediately goes into almost a mother hen mode of like, is this a thing you need to do? How can I help you? Do you need more food? Is the spirit hurting you? Do I need to heal you? Like, is this the alcohol? Has the alcohol caused an adverse affection?
Never drink
It was
again.
one sip.
It was the Dwarven ale, I'm sure. All right. I'm sure it was strong as heck. But no, she just kind of explains that this is her people and this is what they've taught her, and this is how, like, when they need something from the universe, this is how they ask for it, and whatever it costs. And she's not concerned with the cost, she's concerned with the outcome. So she says while we're traveling to the swamp, we need to be vigilant against fear and hostility, and that's what this spirit is going to help us with. It's going to help us against poor odds, and it's going to help us should we run into the same situation that we did last time, where people are in dire need of healing. And if this is what it costs, this is what it costs. So be it. Does it
Winter
hurt me
here.
physically? No, but I'm certain there's a part of me that is sacrificed when I do this. There's no doubt.
Winter hears all of this and says, "This is your culture, and I will not stop you. But if it ever gets to a point where this is actively causing you harm or putting your life at risk, I would like to at least be there for you. So if nothing else, I can heal you so you don't get too far off the brink."
I trust you, and I very much appreciate you. You were the first person to show me kindness since I left the Pines.
Thank you.
And you're
I
okay too, Timber. She winks.
Aw.
This is
Kind of
great.
does like a little
My
like.
favorite part of all of this. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, my favorite part of all of this is that your other character, Ballin, has had a will they, won't they with Ursa for 4 months. And 3 sessions in with Mordella. And Timber's like, hell yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, get it.
Is there anything else before we hit the road?
No, that was it. She just wanted to let a select few of the group in on her ritual.
All right. As the morning gives way into the early afternoon, you guys have packed up and you have begun your trek northeast again. Thrandil is still keeping an eye on the tracks. And you guys are about an hour into the trip when things are starting to look a little bit familiar in a very uncomfortable way. And you enter into this hilly area with some sporadic trees. And you see a long abandoned cottage in complete shambles with a rackety old greenhouse and a well. I am going to let you guys choose how you navigate this area.
I immediately take out my sword and shield and just start kind of like eyeing everything.
Are we going to try to skirt around it? You guys want to go and knock on the door, or
As with last session, Mordella suggests she could cast Pass Without Trace. It didn't work for us last time, but that does not mean it won't work for us here.
Absolutely. You guys want to do that? Then
Yeah.
we will have stealth rolls with a +10 added.
As she does
She
that,
does that, I do
I got
cast,
disadvantage on those.
I cast mage armor on myself as we're doing that.
Okay.
Okay, so Mordella calls everybody in tight and casts the spell upon you all, and as Frankie pointed out, it's a +10 to your stealth rolls. Best of luck, everybody.
So I have, I think, like plate armor.
Okay.
So I have disadvantage on stealth checks. So do I still
Bad.
roll both dice and add 10 still
Yeah,
to
you
the
could
lowest?
still get all your bonuses, and that 10 is in addition to whatever other bonuses you get. It's just that if you do roll with disadvantage, then yes, you are stuck, with disadvantage.
Okay.
Randall
Yeah.
and Sir Dennigan have no idea why you guys are so paranoid about this old abandoned. As a matter of fact, Sir Dennigan is almost like, these are ruins. Why don't we go search them?
Mordella got a 25 on her stealth, all
Okay.
bonuses totaled.
Rat got
Winter
a
got
20.
Winter got a 32.
Holy.
Yes.
Vraak, what did you get?
20. Dirty.
Okay. Ildain?
24.
4. All right. Timber?
31.
31. Okay. Don't even think she can get a 27, but do I need to take a picture of my natural 20 or are you guys going to believe me? Oh.
I
I
believe
don't care about what the die is.
I
What's the
believe you.
total?
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, there we go.
Calling me out on my own rule. Let me pull that sheet back up.
Pass Without Trace is such a good spell.
It is.
It is. It just, sometimes things don't work out. It just is what it is. I'll still use it every time because it's like a +10 to a skill check is one of the best flat out you can get in the game. It's another reason I'll
She
always take the
has
shield
a
spell.
+6, so you guys get it.
Did we just pass without a
You
trace?
did. So you guys skirt along and
I got it.
I would
as
like
you
to think though we were
pass-
sweating the whole time.
Yeah, as you pass, some glowing yellow eyes in the window for a briefest moment, but nothing happens, and you guys pass your first obstacle. Day's trip. And we are going to keep moving as I mark that off. Really would have sucked to do that fight twice, huh, guys?
For some of
Yeah,
us.
we had a test run, so we would have known what to do better this time, I suppose.
Yeah, turn
My
invisible
spells are
and run away.
completely different.
All right. So you guys continue to make your way along the path, and after you pass by there, it starts to be pretty smooth sailing. Who wants to make the next check? The survival check. We won't make Caden do it again.
I'll
I
do it.
refuse. I am never doing.
Okay, give me a
+3.
survival roll.
Ooh, 7.
7. Okay. Go to this chart. Roll me a d10.
7.
Ooh, okay. So as you guys are traveling along, Mordella, you pick it up first. The air begins to smell a bit rancid. There's almost like a decay kind of smell. Starts wafting in, and Mordella notices it first, and then all of you kind of start to get this sickly sweet smell of decay and rotting flesh. You're making your way down the path, and Randall kind of motions for you guys to stop because he, being a ranger, would recognize the telltale signs of gnolls. And you guys begin to make your way carefully forward, kind of skirting the area. I'm going to say Pass Without Trace is still up, so I'm going to allow you guys to make another stealth check.
Beautiful. $28 for Mordella.
Only a 31 for
Only.
winter.
Guards, man.
$28 for Ildain.
I get a 28 with disadvantage.
I rolled both 17s.
Right, give me 2 seconds. I gotta restart. That should open right up. I don't see this. My luck on dice has not been great. It's going to continue to not be great. I got a 12.
You still have bardic inspiration.
That or I do.
I think she
And I
gave
got a
it to
6
you
on that.
again.
18.
Okay.
Timber got
I
a
rolled a
17.
6 on my d6.
17.
17.
Okay. Well, it averages down to a 21, which is doable. Ooh. But not by the Knoll Pack Lord. So you guys again avoid. As you see in the distance, a group of 8 gnolls with a Knoll Pack Lord as they are tearing apart some carcasses. The carcasses look humanoid from this distance. But you guys want to continue on past? Or do you want to
Sorry,
engage?
I'm not gonna try to save those humanoids against 8 gnolls. You know, I look at some of the group like Ildain and, you know, Timber and stuff and have more faith in them, but then I look at people like Sir Dennigan and I'm like, I don't know.
Okay. So we
Just
will
don't
make
know.
that. You guys are making good time on today, avoiding the problems that you're running into. And we have one more check for the day. As you're traveling around, who wants to make the next survival check?
I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't have disadvantage on those. So. 17.
17. That is going to be this chart. Roll for me a d6.
6. 6.
6. All right. The clouds and that overcast from your dreams come along, and pop-up thunderstorm has definitely slowed your guys' travels as the weather takes a turn for the worse. So for the remainder of the trip, you can only move at half speed over the terrain. So you are not going to make it quite as far before it is nighttime and time to set up the next camp. So let me mark your travel down on my map.
Timber uses Druidcraft to do the little sensory effect that lets him know what the weather will be like for the next 24 hours. See if this is going to hold or if it's going to clear up.
You have a feeling that it's only going to last for, but by then you'll be into the night, so it's probably best to try and find a place to camp. And to do that, I should make Caden do it, but I'm not going to. Ildain, you are going to try to find a place to camp tonight and get shelter from the weather.
Can I throw guidance on this?
Yes, you can.
Extra D4.
Alright. And that, what check is that?
Survival.
Also, don't you have bardic inspiration from the fight? I don't think you used that.
Yeah. Wait, how long does Bardic Inspiration last? Because then you took a rest afterwards, so I don't think the inspiration is still there.
I have no idea. This is my first time playing a bard.
I think it might be an hour.
Oh, okay.
Alright, then I got a 16.
16.
With guidance.
That is just fine. You're able to find a little carve out in a hill capable of shielding you guys from the weather as you set up camp on your second day of travel. And congratulations, guys. We've reached the end of tonight's session. Kind of wanted to run those knolls, but hey, that's just how the dice
do
roll
one of these.
sometimes.
Whew, we got it. We did it.
All right.
Yeah,
Good.
I had both Kaden and Max looking at me going, no, no. And I'm like, but they're like, no.
Yeah. They will remain where they are at on the table. But the fight is not happening today. So good job, guys. Good session. We're going to move on to Stars and Wishes, as is normal. And I'll just go in the order you guys are on the screen. We'll start with you, Nick. Stars and Wishes for the night.
Stars, I thought the little side dream sequence was really cool. It was a great idea to run it while there was 2 people going to be missing anyways. Really fun, and I got a lot of enjoyment out of our beginning roleplay and stuff like that too. So, stars to everybody for that, and stars to you, Frankie, for setting it up for us to happen. Wishes. So far, I'm just wishing to find that mirror and see what leads from that. I know a few of us are looking for that thing, so like I said, once we find it, we'll see what comes of it.
Absolutely.
Destroy each other over it like the One Ring. But yeah, that's it for my stars and wishes.
All right, Max, you're next.
All pretty much all great role play the entire session. A lot of fun, and the combat was a lot of fun too. So yeah, it was a good session. No wishes.
All right, Cook, you're up.
Fun session again. Thank you guys for putting up with my frequent silences on the hits on the mute button, I should say.
Oh, we all understand.
It was fun. It was just hello to everybody. She's not quite asleep yet.
You got this, champ.
Yeah, get some rest while you can. And then good luck.
Thanks again. It was a fun session. Wishes. I wish that I played a cleric before this campaign, because main action economy is already.
Oh,
Nope, that's it. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and get off because we got people coming in the next 15 minutes or so. Just want to clean up the room before everybody gets here.
Absolutely.
Good luck, guys.
Best
Take
of
it
luck.
easy. Good night.
No worries.
All
Good
right.
luck, guys.
Good
I will
luck.
give you. It's probably a no on Friday.
Totally understand.
I'm guessing, yeah.
Because we will be going home on Friday, so it'll be first day home with baby. Unless for some reason they decide to keep us here. And of course, Emily's parents are in town, so I won't be able to say, "Hey, I want to play D&D to avoid you guys."
Yeah, that's
Can we
understandable.
I think we could just roll up characters
You
for
would.
him, right?
I would love if you guys rolled up a character. Let's see. Mom is going to be playing a dwarf fighter because that's what she is in real life. So she can just follow in Ildain's footsteps. But I'll see you later, guys. Next week, probably.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Have a good night,
later.
All right.
Best
Later.
luck. Alyssa.
Stars, the dream sequence fight, that was awesome. Total creepy Wednesday vibes. So right there. The kids, I don't know what it is, but even when Nick posted that he was running that again, I was like, no. I'm good, I'm good. Yeah, no, it was great. Wish I kind of do wish Eric and Mike could have been here to maybe do the dream sequence all together, just because that would have been fun, because we all were like, no, he's too whiny, or he would have been just using those clues. That was awesome, even though he wasn't here to defend himself. No, it's great.
That was a lot of fun. Kaden.
So I really liked today. Stars to the dreamscape thing. I don't usually like books and movies and stuff that end with it was all a dream, but the way you styled that actually made me go through the wait, hold up, and it was kind of like it kind of felt like the jarring experience that I think Winter would have gone through. I am very happy we did not have to fight the gnolls because I have done that in Baldur's Gate with like 9th or 10th level characters, and I nearly died then. And I had a barbarian that could attack like 3 times a turn. So, yeah.
And gnolls are vicious.
Wishes. Yeah. Wishes. I wish everyone could have been here, but life does get in the way. So, it was really nice to do this. Yeah. I am enjoying playing a bard. Do I have any idea what I'm doing? Nope. But it's fun.
I was waiting for you to try to charm the hag because they're immune to being charmed. I was hoping to break that to you.
I kind of forgot that was a thing I could do.
It's like the bard's one thing, seducing the dragon. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to stick around for a little bit. I ended this early just because I don't want to get too far ahead without everybody being here. So that is the reason for the short session tonight. And plus, that's basically all I had prepared for today. Was you guys were either going to fight this hag twice and some gnolls, or just once and make it past there.
I would have rather had to fight the hag again than fight the damn gnolls.
Same.
We'd have been up for it,
especially the
though.
way the dice rolling went for me. Hell yeah.